Hey guys, welcome there to New Ones. I'm Ian, and we are here for the last 3 episodes of The Legend of Vox Machina, at least for the first season. But even still, I'm kind of bummed that we're already here. But it's been a great showing for the show. I'm really glad that it's done as well as it has been. And this is the end of the season, meaning it's going to be the end of the Briarwood arc, and boy, you guys have already seen it, but I am... and a friend of mine, some of you might have seen some of the past stuff on the channel, Austin, we were watching it a couple of days ago, and he's going on about, like, what might be the finale, like what we'll see at the end, kind of hinting at the next arc, which is kind of what they usually do in shows, so, duh. But like for some reason I didn't even think about them putting that as like as a what's the word I'm looking for, Jesus? Cliffhanger. Christ. And I'm really upset if that's how they end it this season. So, but also it'd be really cool if that's how they end the season. I don't know. I don't know how exactly they're gonna tail end the season, but it's gonna be. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be great. But yeah, last episode we found Anna Ripley. Yeah, Percy's got the gun pointed at her. Don't know what's going to stop him unless his gun misfires, so there's that. Maybe Keyleth will stop him. Maybe he'll just pause when Keyleth told him Percy wait, so I don't know. Oh, that's a cool shot. Dr. Ripley.
Please. I told you. I don't know what you're talking about.
I do love it when they hold out. Sadly, that may leave a mark. I'll need his sister. Let's try again.
Doctor.
Percy, wait!
Oh! That isn't a misfire. So, it was an illusion. Oh! Oh.
Percy, what are you doing?
Boy.
She's unarmed.
So was my family.
Percy! She may have something we can use. They kept her alive for a reason.
Percy, hey, lovey pal, but we gotta deal with this smoke thing. I mean, you are legit fucked up.
Not this again.
It's been getting worse. Pike, can you divine anything?
Oh.
If Percy will let me.
Oh. Oh. Oh, Jesus.
Look at me, please. Percy! I don't know what it is, but something is clouding your soul.
It was a simple transaction. They needed an engineer, I needed a patron to fund my experiments. When my job was complete, I thought it was time to leave. They disagreed. Their concerns lie with the ziggurat.
The what?
Oh, the Zippertwat! That thing in the Skin Book of Evil? It all makes sense.
It does?
No, not really.
Their
Yeah,
ritual,
didn't get
whatever
much.
it is, it'll happen there. And the ziggurat is not up. It's down.
Oh, the dark power I sense through the sun's
Yup. Sorry.
I think she's telling the truth.
If you let me live, I can take you there.
Fine.
We're only sparing your life because you're useful to us.
No.
For now.
They're still doing it. Crap.
I'll need my bag.
What are you?
Saving you.
Worked even better than my design. Perhaps I should take the lead?
By all means.
Let's just say I know who I am now.
Oh, duh! You're my best friend. Except now, you glow in the dark.
How are those wounds?
I've survived worse.
I warned you those vines have thorns.
Yeah.
It holds generations of Derolos.
I wouldn't do. Oh, he's not.
We've got visitors.
Well, at least it's just zombies. Oh,
Uncle Nathaniel!
Uncle Nathaniel. What about? Oh,
Hi, I'm Keyleth, friends with your nephew. Oh god, you smell like shit. Oh.
Keyleth manners. Okay, grabbed it from the eye socket. Oh,
How
Grog.
long's he gonna stay like that?
No telling, really. Mind giving this a shove, big man?
Oh, I'm sorry. Could you say that again?
Oh, gods. Oh, Grog, you are so mighty, and I am so weak. However can little old me survive without you?
Well, since you asked so nicely.
And he can't do it. Oh, he did. Oh, Jesus. Uh-oh.
Some of my best work.
Oh, what the heck is this for?
The Briarwoods. Oh no!
Cassandra!
Yeah, she doesn't have. Yep.
Percy, tell your sister to quit taking the piss before I forget my manners.
Cass! What are you doing?
Excellent work, dear.
She does not have yellow eyes.
No! Brother!
Why are you doing this?
You did this to yourself, Percy. My brother abandoned me. But I have a new family now. One that transcends death. One that will never leave me. I am a Briarwood.
Oh, that stings. Jesus.
Don't fret. We'll take excellent care of him. Be a lamb, would you?
An acid trap? Oh, real fucking original!
Vax! Brother! Wake up! It's me! Wake up!
Wait, come on! Don't you at least want to see Grog die?
If we can cut it off, it might buy us some time.
And how do you propose we do that?
Caleb, god dang.
Yes!
Now we're talking.
Not bad, Keyleth.
Oh, well, we bought us some time. Oh,
Not what I was going for.
Your castle has lousy plumbing, Percy. It won't hold for long. So unless you want to go swimming, we need to come up with something fast.
Percy, snap the fuck out of it! We came here risking our lives for you. Be here for us!
What's the point? She's gone again.
Maybe. But the people in this room, we're not. We will never abandon you. You want your sister back, and I want my brother. But if we're to have a chance of saving them, you have to save us first!
thank you, Vex.
Scanlan, can you get us to the ceiling?
But how? You fuckers are too heavy. Wait, that's it. Heavy.
There appears to be a third to pull simultaneously.
Yes, exactly. We need to triangulate its location.
Come on, Scanlan.
There's no visible controls on the outer walls.
The drain. The stopper!
In the acid? You have to be insane to go in!
I'm going in!
Oh god. Ah! Come on, Grog!
Grog, wait! I'll heal you!
Ooh, that's gonna hurt the junk though. Jesus.
Ready?
Oh man. He was really hanging in there.
Now!
Hang on, Grog. Oh, Grog.
You okay, Grog?
I don't know. Is Captain Winky still there?
Still hanging low, buddies.
Woo! Then I'm good. Let's go!
Your clothes on, Grog.
Got my drawers.
My drawers. Jesus.
The ritual requires a blood sacrifice. Now we're spoiled for choice.
Next episode. Has it really already been? Dang it! Oh boy, that was stressful. I mean, I knew that went pretty much close to what happened. with Vax barely kind of getting it on the other side of the glass with Cassandra, and Cassandra being with. What's really just the worst is that I don't remember. I think I mentioned that if they went through with what they did in the campaign and did, here, her Cassandra kind of actually being with the Briarwoods, and I think she even said, "I'm a Briarwood." Oh man. Oh. Like I figured, like if they went through with this, that it would probably break Percy. At the very least, it'd be really close if Vex wasn't there to like get through to him, like and speak to about saving Cassandra. Still, they would have been dead. And furthermore, so would either Cassandra or Vax, or both. And yeah, Vax wound up being the one to, I believe in the campaign though, it was, minor change, but he pressed the button, he accidentally started the acid or did something. And then he was controlled after that. But here he was trying to attack Sylas. That's when he was glamored. But as I was going to say, Cassandra's unfortunately been with them for so long and been so, deep in the glamour. Like it's melded with her. It's the best way I could think of. Like it's so deep. It's hard to it's the worst hypnosis. Like it's long-term hypnosis. Like you don't even know who you are anymore. Like, and there was a moment in the 6th episode, I believe it was at the end of the 6th episode, where Percy found out that Cassandra was still alive, and it cuts to Cassandra. She's looking out the window, and Delilah, after she says it doesn't change anything, she had a moment of kind of like being, what's the word? Distraught, I guess, or saddened about knowing her brother is there. Like she's in there and she doesn't necessarily want to do this. Unfortunately, it's also mixed with, deep bitterness. Like she was left alone with the Briarwoods. That's not that. While she, not necessarily fair, I guess, to blame Percy. Like it's not like he necessarily wanted to leave her there, and he thought she was dead. But yeah, he could have checked on her. But also, if he had, it might have ended up on them both being killed or captured, and then nobody would have been able to come and save them. It's just, unfortunately, that's not, in her situation, in her point of the whole situation, or on her side of the situation. She's been with these people, captured and being controlled and manipulated by them, and who knows what they've put her through for so many years. Along with the glamour, it's just like they've changed who she is. You saw it like flicker as if maybe she was like trying to fight it. Like it didn't show, and then it flickered, into the shot. And then went away. It's like the glamour is so deep that it's like it doesn't even really show when it's that it's there. Like whenever it's maybe there's a sign of her breaking through, it shows it glimmer. Like when cracks appear on a pane of glass, it'll that's when certain parts of it become a little more what's the word I'm looking for? Opaque. That's what I was looking for. Sorry, sometimes it can be a little more opaque, like a little more blurry. So just that's kind of what I think that was possibly supposed to be showing, was that, when she heard her break through, it shows that the glamour is there at all. But man, Percy, like, he didn't even care, he didn't even care that he was going to be eaten up by the acid. He was just there, just waiting for it, and Grog pulled him out before it really got to him. He was just getting at the shoes. I'm gonna go back real quick and just look at her gun that she's working on. I'm wondering what brought her, because with Percy, he had a dream by this thing that now everybody's seen. Not everybody in the show, but you guys, for those that don't know of the campaign, have now seen that there is this entity, or now see kind of what the entity is, because you've seen that there's something there already. Like I said, Percy had been visited by this entity that presumably is the one that gave him like the idea, at least the sparked the vision of the creation of the pepper box. Just wondering like what started her on her trip. I can't quite make it. Okay, hold on. What all is? Seems that she's had one. I think it exploded. I guess. She's definitely trying to work on a different version. She was talking about combining science and magic, though. So hers is obviously going a different route. She doesn't quite know. She's not as quite as... At least she has different strengths than Percy does. Like, I guess his solely scientific mind is a little bit more intricate, maybe? Or... complex, I guess, I don't know, reaches further than hers a bit, where she understands both technology and magic more so as we see, she knows her way around residuum and how to kind of like use that to power certain things. I don't think Percy does it yet. I don't know, because I know they studied it in his school, or whenever Anders was tutoring them. Sorry. So I'm not sure exactly how much because obviously he knows about magic, but I'm not sure how much he's adept at utilizing it in technology. Because we haven't seen it being used in Pepperbox or in Bad News, which unfortunately right now is really badly busted. Man, they could really use that in this coming up fight. I don't know how they're gonna fix it. I'm surprised that they broke it here, like before the big fight that we're gonna be having. Kind of want to go back to the creature real quick that we saw. I'm going to assume what Pike did was detect good and evil, or evil and good. I found it so weird. I don't know why, but it was cool that. Oh my god! Like really saw it this time. Before we saw like a shadow of it. Not just like the smoke, but like whenever at certain points where there was a shadow of Percy, we saw this creature's shadow, or the creature itself, instead of his shadow. And I didn't notice it during, but while I was editing, the point where, excuse me, I'm sorry, Scanlan in the 7th episode, I believe, when he was asking what's the 6th barrel for, there's a shot where it's just Percy holding his gun like this, and The shadow, though, is showing the gun pointed at its head, which I'm pretty sure most of you caught that. So I missed entirely, but until I was editing. But that was such a cool shot, such a nice touch. And that's kind of, I don't remember if he like straight up said it in the campaign, but it was hinted at. It was either mentioned directly or hinted at. Yeah, we first time seeing this creature. But yeah, I can't wait to get more into that. I don't know. I mean, we have to. I'm going to assume it's going to show up, like it's going to really show up in the last episode. That has to be dealt with. There's certain things that's going to be happening that's going to tie this whole Percy's arc in a way. I'm not saying just in case they haven't shown it and they're deciding to push it until the next season. Because I don't, you guys might have already seen it, so this could be for naught. That I'm just not saying anything about it, but just in case, I don't want to. Well, I guess I can cut it out. But like obviously, though, for those who watched it of Percy, Scanlan or Percy, I don't know if they decided that for Percy to do it. Maybe he'll decide to do it himself to throw the gun into the acid or destroy it in some manner, some different matter, and effectively break his connection with Orthax. Period, like altogether. I'm pretty sure they fought him first, and there was still some connection there after they defeated him, just like kind of sent him back to where he came from. And then Scanlan had him throw the gun away, or Scanlan threw the gun away himself, which entirely cut the connection, because Orthax was kind of connected to that gun to begin with, at least in the campaign. And I feel like there has to be something. The entity is connected with the gun, not just Percy himself. There's a stronger connection with the gun, considering that as Cassandra was turning on them, her name appeared before Percy even knew what was going on. It was more so like an alert to him, like, hey, by the way, she just screwed you over. So now her name is on the list, and I'm pretty sure Matt had described that as well, like it's showing up on the barrel. I don't remember for sure. Again, it's been a while. I'm sorry, this is in my throat. A cool little thing, like as everything else is going on, it's obviously the villages, the town, the city is obviously still trying to fight back. Now that they had help of Pike, they have a chance now. Not just now that they got rid of the undead giants, there's not really an issue so much with the Pale Guard, considering that the city outnumbers the Pale Guard, at least from the number that they showed there. So along with the holy weapons or whatever blessing that Pike has put on the weapons, it's gonna give them a little bit more of an edge, even though some of them just have pitchforks and shovels and stuff like that. They're still outnumbering them by a lot. Even with their armor, that should be able to kind of pierce through some of it, at the very least do more damage and maybe destroy some weapons. God. Seeing Ripley actually torture Percy like that, oh my god! They only showed a little bit of it. Like they showed him having already been tortured, and then driving her hook through his across his chest, like a deep gash, and then pulling on a flap, or maybe just pulling at the skin with his hook or with her hook. I think let me look at that real quick. I mean, I don't want to necessarily, but oh no. Jesus Christ. There's a kid at this point. Jesus. I'm like a teenager or young adult, but still. I hated seeing that so much. Good lord. I wonder why they cut her hand off exactly. It was just because, to keep she's a mechanic, or she's a technician? Where she is. She's a technical person, so taking one of her hands, that's haha, we got her. I mean, for some people, their hands is how they do what they love. For a musician, if for a piano player or a guitarist or anything, if their hands are gone, then yeah, that's terrible and torturous for them. But I don't know if that's what the reason they took her hand, or just that's just because it's what they decided. I don't know. Yeah, but we definitely saw early, right when she had basically saved Cassandra from Percy, when she was talking to Cassandra to Ripley, Diana, she when she had said what she had said? We're sparing you because you're just barely useful. That was weird. Obviously, she wasn't talking about them. She was talking about the Briarwoods, and I kind of figured that's what the case was. And then there was like the showing, they focused in on the fact that her eyes were yellow. Some people may not get it, maybe because they maybe not have been paying attention to what her eye colors really were. And maybe even if they weren't paying attention, that they would still probably get it. I'm pretty sure most people saw that and were like, "Uh-oh, she's being glamoured." And there was always like kind of this weird sense, I guess, she was putting out. Like, I mean, again, there was the whole bitterness and being trapped with the Briarwoods for so long, so it could have been just that was causing that. But for sure, it was that mixed with what the Briarwoods had put her through and the glamour. Freaking Grog, dude, he's like he just dove right in, like knowing what was going to happen. He dove in, freaking took his drawers off, and dove in, and boy, his whole body was being melted away by eaten up by that acid. Everything. Luckily, Pike was there because I'm pretty sure if Pike wasn't healing him constantly while he was there, he would have died. And I kind of liked how she even slid down Percy's body, I believe it was, or she was lowering herself to get more in range, because from where she was, I guess she was like just out of range, or she would have been just out of range the further he went down at the very least. So I kind of like they were still showing like how, I mean, obviously they've been showing that their magic in general has its limits, but even not just in terms of power, but in range as well, showing that her healing can only reach a certain distance. So I kind of liked how they did that. It was just a great moment for both Grog and Pike, showing them. Grog kind of has this, obviously he's the bloodthirsty kind, and he's very protective of his friends, and he'll even put his life on the line to make sure they all survive. Also, he probably just thinking like, this is gonna be nothing. Obviously, afterwards he probably changed his mind on that aspect, but he didn't stop and he just kept going. Because I mean, what else can he do now that he's down there? Nothing else he can do. And Scanlan was put in the work too. Like he was, that was a lot of magic he was having to use, a lot of energy he was using in that. Like the hand having to hold so much at once, because before it flickered away whenever he was escaping Vedmire's place, and then having to hold all of them. Luckily, Trinket wasn't there, because that would have added a whole lot of weight. Probably wouldn't have been able to hold the ball, because he kind of fainted by at the end. Once the acid was all drained down, he passed out. He might have been able to hold on a little longer, but he saw that he didn't need to anymore. But he was like putting it all in. Like first it was just like normal, and then he made a magical pick that kind of like amped up his own power. I guess the self inspiration kind of thing. I think he could do a hit at the level that they would be at here at this point. Maybe, I don't remember. I know they're doing things differently. And then even the point of like having an extra hand play with them and playing with plucking with both hands, as well as the spectral hand going on, a small spectral hand along with the big beast, or Scanlan's hand. I'm sorry, it's Scanlan's hand. It was just everybody doing great. Like I know I feel like everybody did something. Let's see. Vex freaking sparked Percy to begin with, which I love that. Mentioning that, or again, like I said, if she was there, they'd all be dead. She brought Percy back. Percy, figured out the whole situation. I feel like Keyleth did help a little. She made it faster, so maybe she didn't help at that moment. But I mean, what would you expect that to happen? And at least they didn't get in her case about it, because how would they know that was what was going to happen? But I guess it's kind of somewhat common sense. Like if you stop up something and there's nowhere else to go, it'll burst. But this battle, I feel like you should have bought them a little more time, or they list. I don't know. Regardless, I feel like pretty much everybody chipped in on that. But yeah, I want to get on the next one because I know what's coming up, and I'm just really patient. So that's it for this episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to stick around for the next episode, the last two, click the subscribe button. Hopefully they'll hopefully be going up in the next couple days, if not already up. Yeah, see you guys then.